Hey everyone, before we begin today's episode, which, yeah, sorry for the wait, I want to try something different. Usually I give a shout out to someone at the end of the video, but today I'd like to do it before the video starts because I've found something incredible. And I'm not being paid to say this or anything either, this is all my own opinion. If you like the animus and mangoes, then I'd like to introduce you to K Animation's new independently animated series, Black Crystal. Episode 1 was just released only a few days ago, and it deserves way more attention than it has right now. It's animated entirely by one person, and he's done it in a unique way by animating it entirely with a pixel art and animation tool called A-Sprite, giving the show a really unique aesthetic. And also the action scenes are hype as fuck, look at this shit! Grass particles, boys! And look at this pure smile, Kuro is my new waifu, guys, oh my god, Laura Bailey, get the fuck out of here. It's got pretty good voice acting, an intriguing story, and animation that looks like it was animated by a team, but was animated entirely by K over the course of a few years. What K Animations has created here is something really special, and to see it fail would be heartbreaking, so if you're even the slightest bit interested in anime or animation on YouTube, then go check out Black Crystal. There's a link in the description and at the end of the video, so do yourselves a favor and check it out. It's pretty amazing. Anyway, on with the show. I am not particularly fond of this piece of visual entertainment, and in addition, this short internet film is simply a homage. If you're fixing or disassembling something, you pull the bolts and screws out and place them somewhere safe that you'll remember, not throw them, Ratchet, you fucking disgrace. At the beginning of All for One, Aphelion was still fully upgraded with Zoni technology, but since then she seems to have been reverted back to her original state for whatever reason. Who wears a bathrobe over spandex?
Computer, find me something to shoot!
Sorry, dude, we got nada on the radar. Have an awesome day, though.
That would be Mikey Kelly playing the role of Barry. That's kinda cool, I guess, having both Ratchets in the same game, if only his voice were used for something more interesting.
It appears there are rogue cleaner bots in the docking bay. Would you like to...
Clank sacrifices the lives of innocent cleaning bots for kicks. I told you he's psychotic.
So we can just ship and get you back this way for death. Oh, for crying out loud!
1. Air horns. 2. This dude has pockets he could have pulled the air horn out of, so they at least could have made it look like he was pulling it out of one of them and not his ass.
I have deactivated 3 planetary defense centers in this sector, plunging each location into total chaos.
Seems a bit dumb to have one little building control the entire planet's defense systems. 3 whole minutes into the game and we've already seen half the game's cutscenes, by the way. This bodes well. Please tell me I wasn't the only one who read Korgon Refinery and thought we were going back to planet Auxon from the first game. Turns out that was the Kogor Refinery. Sad. Hawk unrealistically fitting into a cramped vehicle cliche.
They took out one of our generators!
Yes, while all 3 of you stood there and watched them. Using bolts to place turrets and walls to help defend against enemies whose objective is to destroy your generators? Okay, that sounds neat, I just have one teensy little problem with all this. It's fucking tower defense! Way to celebrate Ratchet and Clank's 10th anniversary, guys. Wait, so instead of arming yourself before leaving the Starship Phoenix, you decide to store all your weapons on these weapon pods, have them fly down to the surface, usually in hard to access locations, and then play a quick minigame before choosing which weapon you get? I mean, what? Where's the logic? Full Frontal Assault being tower defense is one thing, but the fact that I can't spin around with the Pyroblaster like a fucking ballerina is the final straw. That's like the whole point of the flamethrower. That sounds exactly like the alarm sound at my local McDonald's whenever someone places an order. I don't know how you all put up with that working there, but I salute you, intrepid employees.
Reboot sequence is 90% complete.
It doesn't take long for the reboot process to reach 90%, but then it takes an actual millennia to reach 100%. Must be running on Vista.
Captain Quark, I see you've reassembled your pathetic kill force.
Well, minus Helga, Skid, Al, Sasha, Scrunch.
It's amazing that anyone would ever align themselves with you after all your treachery.
Stuart Zergo would be good at gaming sins.
He's not afraid of the universe knowing who he is.
Oh, LOL. I'm not afraid.
If you say lol out loud, you deserve capital punishment.
How is he still talking to Clank? He fucking dead, lol.
No, that doesn't count. We don't have the death penalty in Australia, so I'm safe.
Hold on, I know this guy.
Stuart Zergo?
Literally half the sins I received for this game were, oh my god, Stuart Zergo is the villain, what the fuck? It's not a sin, guys. If anything, I think it's pretty neat, bringing back a minor character in such a big way. Though I will sin him for looking and sounding like every Richard Horvitz character ever made.
You're nothing but one big epic fail!
This script is an epic fail.
And this time, you're going to pay. Colon, close parentheses. I'm out.
Still using emoticons. Get with the times, man. Where's the emojis? This has nothing to do with the game, but remember the guy who wrote, "Fuck, I'm thirsty for a feed," in my notebook last episode? Well, he messaged me while I was playing this with yet another historically worthy string of English. Today I queef, tomorrow I oof. Truly a great wordsmith of our time. We're not sending my roommate here, but someone's gotta take one for the team. Again. Hidden City of Balkai? Well, it's not a very good hidden city, is it? Of course, you lose all your weapons and have to search for them again upon starting a new level. Why is this a thing? It's not like Zergo ordered it or anything. Having to look for the swing shot instead of just having it equipped all the time. Because, you know, that would make too much sense. I guess Clank can just make himself bigger at will now without the use of one of those pad thingies. That Ratchet doll he's got hanging off his back is a pretty adorable little reference though, so I guess I can take a sin off. These hover boots produce more glare than my mum whenever she sees I haven't shaved for 3 weeks, but at least my mum getting angry with me doesn't make platforming difficult by obscuring the view of where your character is going to land. Thanks, Mum.
You have attempted to prematurely terminate the life force of the wrong robot.
Oh, nice. I remember that line from All for One. And a lot of the other lines as well, actually. One morning at Insomniac Studios, the words, "What if we put the Sonic Eruptor back in the game, but without the timing mechanic that made it interesting in the first place, thus turning it into a mediocre shotgun," were said. And this makes me sad. Rest in peace, Frog Shotgun. Bleeding Gums Quark, pictured before his final saxophone recital, circa 5363. Is it me or are the Buzzblades really bad this time around? If it just had a bit more ammo, then I'd be okay with it, but its ammo to damage ratio is simply too low. You know you fucked up somewhere when you've made the Combustor more useful than the Buzzblades. The Grungarian tank can fuck off. It has too much health and all of your weapons, Warmonger included, barely put a dent in it. The most effective tactic is throwing out a Groovatron, running behind it and pressing X and square over and over, which I'm sure is fun in at least one other universe. Nothing breaks your pace more than when you're trying to figure out how to get to a weapon pod and a wave of enemies start advancing towards your base. Putting exploration and platforming in a tower defense game just doesn't work as well as Insomniac seems to think it does.
I am so leet.
No one ever said leet in the year 2012, I know this for a fact. The final few waves of enemies gave me a bit of trouble in the first few levels, but once you get the Warmonger turrets, all challenge just fades into the wind, at least for the first 3 levels.
Oh, hello, noobs.
That just sounds wrong.
I'm guessing by now you've realized that I am actually...
Stuart Zergo!
Oh no, what an unexpected plot twist.
What were you doing here, Zergo?
Oh, just looking for this. The access key to Moron's galactic weather grid.
Oh, yeah. I have the whole of Knowledge Brainiacs built it into the defense network. It made sure the weather was nice and sunny for my presidential visits.
Why isn't this technology being implemented all over the galaxy then? Only Quark gets access to this weather-bending wizardry? 3,000 years into the future, and the world has reverted back to using flip phones. I can't tell if this is a blessing or a curse.
If you want to stop me, you'll have to kill me. Semicolon, open parenthesis. I'm out.
Stop.
Oh, and BT Dubs, I hacked your ship.
Stop.
I have a surprise for you. A little easy listening while you're aboard the Phoenix. It's not designed to drive you mad or anything.
Oh, son of a bitch, the sin counter! It's been fed too many sins based on outdated internet memes and references. Full Frontal Assault broke the fucking sin counter! This game only has 5 levels, and one of them is just a palette swap of the hidden city of Balkai. One of the enemies always gets stuck here when advancing down the right lane. Every time. Good luck fighting off 2 Grungarian tanks that can pretty much one-shot your generators unless you're playing in co-op. God, I mean, I am absolutely livid right now, and I don't care who knows it. This game comes so close to being coherent and enjoyable, but then it throws this bullshit at you. But you agree with it. Yeah, they work for a bit, but then I'm just mashing X and square for a solid minute because weapons don't do shit. Even if the tank is surrounded by Warmonger turrets and I've deployed a Groovatron, it doesn't stop the fact that I'm still behind it mashing X and square. Maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe I need to give this game a little more. Oh yeah. Get fucked. Escort mission. I've been using the Warmonger non-stop and it only now decides to level up. Great. Man, I could knock someone the fuck out right now. I'm gonna try and calm down now. Sorry.
I picked up a signal on planet Tomorrow. That matches Circle's comm signature. Way to go, Detective Doofus. You cracked the case. Of course, I wanted you to pick up.
You want the Q-Force to pick up your signal, but then you just chime in and tell them anyway, so that was a waste of time. The final level, ignoring the fact that it feels like we're in the hidden city for a third time, is just a normal Ratchet and Clank level, except with weapon pods because of course.
Power surge detected inside Ivarian Temple.
Bet you anything that's where Zergo is hiding.
Oh nah!
I told you, I don't hide!
He says, while continuing to hide inside the temple. Quark and Clank stand around at the beginning of the level while Ratchet goes and does all the hard work. Actually, is there even a reason why Clank isn't being Ratchet's chatty backpack this time around? I mean, sure, for co-op reasons, but still. After 4 or 5 games, I'm starting to think Mr. Zircon isn't as funny as he once was. Quick, think up a reason why Clank and Quark can't help during the final boss. Cutscene incompetence? You're a genius, Phil!
Engaging shields like a boss.
Stop! Also, I bet you use that term dozens of times a day without paying royalties to Slim Thug. Yeah, Slim Thug, not the Lonely Island. Know your shit, memers. Jeez, they couldn't even keep that weapon pod minigame away from us during the final boss.
I am so weak!
Stop!
You can't take me! I'm unstoppable! I'll be back!
Zergo survives this.
It doesn't make any sense. How can someone so dim-witted keep winning?
Zergo continues to be good at gaming sins.
What are you?
I'm the guy who doesn't live in his mother's basement.
Moral of the story, if you still live with your parents, like most of the people playing this game, you're a low-life cretin, and you should absolutely be punished. What kind of fucking Ratchet game doesn't have a cunting New Game Plus? Stuart Zergo's backstory is basically Syndrome from The Incredibles. He looked up to his hero, but once they disappointed him, he turned evil, made robots, and planned to destroy stuff. The Q-Force leaves the ship completely unguarded when they leave. If they would have left some security, the whole bug thing could be avoided, but no. Why? Because of the plot convenience, of course. Why the hell don't Quark and Clank help you? They were perfectly competent and all for one. Seriously, all they do is stay in a turret. This game thoroughly wasted a decent opportunity to remix all 3 of its levels when Zergo started messing with the weather grid. Once this kicks off, we get one remix stage where the hidden city of Balkai gets hit with a blizzard, and then we're off to the final boss, which is on the same planet as Balkai and thus looks very similar. Suddenly, Ratchet's not using more functional weapons from his earlier adventures. No mini turret, no Killanoid, no Mind Glove, no Agents of Doom, even though a lot of these would work wonders as an early defense line in a lot of these maps. Instead, we get all the weapons from nodes which apparently have the network security strength of a wet paper bag, scattered all over the maps. I'd say the change line, but I can't do it like you do. Take it away, valefor! I have a high tendency to not show any positive attention to whatsoever has been altered in some manner. There are no chicken tendies, what the fuck? How the hell did they not program a hologuise detector in this version of the Phoenix? Are you honestly telling me they learned nothing from Deadlocked? I don't like when things don't change. Why is this game shorter than Stuart Zergo's cock after finding out that Courtney Gears was actually a Terracnoid and a hologuise? The trailer emphasizes the villain of the game is the most dangerous villain Ratchet and Clank will ever face, and it ends up being Zergo. Yeah, that nerd from Ratchet and Clank 2 that some people probably never met. Stuart Zergo's real name is actually Walter, according to the Going Commando trivia. You'd think the creators of Ratchet and Clank would know that. Plus, what if Ratchet and Clank don't meet this side quest character back then? No one would know or care. Ratchet never shuts up. Looks like he caught Sonic Boom syndrome. This game has multiple skins you can buy as DLC. Even Ratchet and Clank isn't safe from modern gaming tropes. Next they're gonna make us do something like pre-order to get an in-game weapon. Oh wait. Shit. You're using XD unironically in your username. Plus now you're using a hashtag. We're not sending you here, so someone needs to take one for the team. And here's a bunch of sins for all the people who mentioned the PlayStation Vita port, which apparently played about as well as the Newcastle Knights on a good day. Also, it was delayed by 6 months, which prompted a rushed release of Ratchet Deadlocked on PS3, and we all know how that turned out. Honestly, the Vita deserved better, even though the tower defense aspect would have fit the Vita quite well. Oh well, 20 sins I guess? I don't, 20 sins. 20 sins. Okay, I did something. That's I don't know how many sins we have now though. What if I just Okay, I'll take that.
You mad, bro?
You all obviously saw the beginning of the video, so there's no need for me to tell you to go check out K Animations again, which you should, by the way, so... we've only got Into the Nexus and the movie left to sin, guys. This is pretty exciting. I've really enjoyed seeing the Ratchet and Clank games, but it's been almost 2 years at this point, so I guess I'm just keen to move on to other things. So yeah, Into the Nexus, then the movie, then oh, and the secret Everything Wrong With that I haven't announced yet. I may actually be needing some help with that, so if you want to find out what it is, I suggest jumping on the valeforX Discord server, because I'll be announcing it there very soon. Plus the mods seem to think it's dead and they want someone to talk to and they won't shut the fuck up about it, so get on there already. Click on the link in the description. And then after the secret Everything Wrong With video, I'll tell everyone what I plan on doing with the Everything Wrong With series and how I plan on continuing it if I choose to do so, which I won't say yes, but you know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I gotta go order another sin canner now. This thing's rooted.